Okay guys, we're gonna do the EDC challenge. You cannot take a step forward unless you have it on you when I say it.
Get online, everybody.
Okay?
Get online.
Take a step forward if you have a tourniquet on you.
Can I take 2 steps forward if I have
No.
2 tourniquets?
I have 3 tourniquets.
One.
Oh, I only see 1 tourniquet.
I got my sexy ass ankle kit on me right now.
How many tourniquets do they have on
You
them?
gotta take off our EDC
2?
to show?
Yeah, you gotta strip.
Okay. Sharpie.
Sharpie.
I do actually.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Ooh, red.
I do.
Wa-chow!
Look at that.
Oh, look at those ankle kits. Okay.
Yeah.
This is where I stop walking.
Knife.
Oh, I got a kniff.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm not seeing anybody else show and tell.
That's so little. Look at baby knife. Notebook.
Yep.
Your hand does not count.
Well, he uses that.
I really do though. I really
I
do.
want my hand on
Fuck, I
occasion.
don't have it. Today I don't have
Like
it.
Yeah.
Like Blue's
Okay.
Clues.
Jelly bean launcher.
Keep them holstered too.
Keep them holstered.
First aid kits. Ankle kit counts.
How Mine's in the car. We supposed to
Dig it.
Let's go zeet zeets. Wow, they all
Numbers
good job.
1537.
How are they all in line? Because I know there were some no's in here.
I have 2 tourniquets. I run in my hand all the time. 2 knives.
Pens.
Yeah, I got. That's several. Damn.
That's a big
Well,
step.
like a guy that knows how to write.
I look like a guy that knows how to
Gloves.
write.
Gloves.
Hells to the yes.
There you go. Button sticky. Okay. Belt. Very good at this. They have some good EDCs on today. Whistle.
Really?
We need the answer to that.
I don't think I can write.
It's not
Nobody
for,
plans on
It's
it.
not for rape. It's for combo. It's the communication.
Lighter.
Yep. Wait.
Not today.
Pants.
Nope.
I
Look at that.
switch pants
You
and
drop that one in the woods, you can still find it.
Oh, it's in my gloves.
Flashlight.
Damn it! It's
Oh,
charging on the counter.
Oh, that
Flashlight on my
down.
phone.
Okay, so who's the winner then?
Okay, technically you didn't have a notebook though. So. Duh.
he takes big steps.
Yeah.
Okay? He
He's like,
takes
it's
big
like, take
steps.
1 step forward if you have this. And TJ's like, okay.
Oh, hey there. It's nice to see ya. What's up, you crazy cats and kittens? Today, we are talking about everyday carry, or EDC, or what do you have in your pockets? What are you carrying with you every single day to be, you know, a prepared and ready American that isn't a crazy person? You don't have to carry so much dang junk on you, and that's okay. All right, so we're going to take a practical approach today to the EDC, everyday carry, right? So the first things first is we're going to kiss.
Keep it simple, stupid. Great advice. Hurts my feelings every time.
So the first things first is we're going to look at this in a practical approach of what would you actually use, what could you actually maybe need, and then what do you want to have on you just in case, right? So first things first, pen and paper. So many people rely on their technological devices and all that different stuff. I myself, I keep a little notebook on me almost every single day, and then a pen. So that way, just like Blue's Clues, I can whip this bad mamma jamma out and I can start to solve any problems that I have, or maybe just make a note for myself and have that. The art form of having a pen and paper on you is a dying one. So revive that a little bit. Have a little bit of paper, have a pen, just the ability to take some notes or give somebody your phone number or whatever, you know. It's important stuff. The next thing is going to be a lighter, right? We want to be able to start fire. It doesn't have to be a fire starter, a flint and rod. Just a simple Bic lighter. Very, very cool little piece of kit. Next is going to be a knife. Now, when I say knife, I don't mean a Bowie knife, right? I'm just talking about an easy little pocket knife, right? Something to open a box with, open a letter. Yes, it can be used as a self-defense tool. You don't need a karambit on you every single day. You're not John Wick. Take a breath. It's okay. We're going to get through this together. But having a knife on you is important. Next on the list is going to be first aid. We always recommend that people carry first aid gear on them. Now, do you need to clip a bear fac to your belt? No. Can you do that? Yes, absolutely. But what we usually recommend is either a slick kit, right? So something that just goes in your back pocket, or an ankle kit, like I'm carrying right here. This bad mama jamma is very low vis, it's very comfortable, fits on the ankle, doesn't print in my straight fit jeans, and allows me to carry all the gear I need, right? So I have some chest seals, I have a tourniquet, I have wound packing gauze, I have gloves, and I can carry a Sharpie in there too. I usually don't carry my Sharpie in here, I carry it in my pocket, which is something I usually carry on me. I didn't write it on the board, but having a Sharpie is a cool little thing. That way you can draw mustaches on your friends when they're sleeping over. So having first aid gear, I recommend at the very minimum tourniquet, gauze, and some gloves, right? Yes, it can be hemostatic. No, it doesn't have to be hemostatic, but just having a little bit of gauze is pretty cool, right? The next thing a lot of people elect to carry, here in America, we have the Second Amendment right, and a right that you don't use will atrophy. So with that, carry a firearm, right? Of course, be trained to responsibly use that firearm. Don't go crazy like Dwight and shoot somebody in the office.
Sorry I freaked you guys out.
You can carry a firearm on you. Reload is always optional. I generally carry a reload because it's pretty low printing. It doesn't, cause a big signature or anything like that. Next thing, watch, right? Doesn't have to be like a tactical watch or anything like that. I think this costs like 20 bucks at Walmart. Keeps time really well. I carry it on the inside, so that way I just don't have any glint or shine. That's just a little thing that I do. But just have the ability to know the time separated from your cell phone, right? Because cell phones die. They have a limited battery life, so if you accidentally left your flashlight on and your cell phone dies, now all of a sudden you're not able to know what time it is. So, and maybe you're really good at like telling by the sun, but just have a watch on you, right? Next thing is gonna be flashlight, right? So having some sort of ability to shine a light at something and see what it is in the dark. Dark is about half of the time. You can't carry nods on you all the time. So having a flashlight is pretty dang important. Yes, you can put one on your firearm, but remember, you don't always want to point a gun at something you want to see in the dark, right? So if it's your toddler running around, you don't want to point a firearm at them, that's pretty dangerous. Maybe just having a little small, easy pen light is super simple, right? Something I always recommend to people carry on them is some cash. Doesn't have to be a couple $100, could just be a $20 bill or maybe, 20 bucks broken down into different denominations. But having cash on you is really important. It's kind of a dying currency, but it gives you the ability to just, quickly pay for something if you got to leave in a hurry, or help somebody out, give them a couple bucks, whatever have you, right? Cash is king. Before we go into the story you tell, we're going to talk about commo, right? So this is a huge thing. I'm not saying carry, a 10-watt radio on you every day. I'm talking about like, hey, do you have a cell phone? Is it charged? And my next thing is do you have the ability to communicate with somebody outside of that cell phone? I usually use a whistle, right? So I have a whistle on me every day. It usually doesn't leave my neck. It's just an easy way to communicate with somebody at a distance that isn't traveling on the bands, right? Yes, other people would hear your whistle, but they also don't know what 3 versus 7 blows of the whistle mean. So while they know you're communicating, they don't necessarily know what you're communicating, right? And finally, we're gonna go to the story that you tell. Remember that your EDC is telling a story to not just the people around you, but also to yourself. And so let's be honest about our own capability and be honest about what we actually need to carry. We don't need to have all of this extra gear and pouches and all these things on us. Unless that's what you do for work and that's what you carry every single day. Then style it out, make it dope, and run that stuff. However, remember that if you're trying to blend in, if you're trying to not make yourself a target, if you're trying to be a gray man or gray woman, be a little bit intelligent about this. Maybe don't carry so much stuff overtly, be a little bit slimmer, be able to, get lost in a crowd, all that stuff. Because if something bad was happening, it might not make sense for us to stand out. We want to be able to help people. We don't want to be a target or anything like that. So I love full-size pistols as much as the next guy, but maybe always carrying overtly at your 3 o'clock and an outside the waistband or a drop leg holster isn't the best option, right? So carrying appendix or carrying at your 3 o'clock concealed could be better. Just be thinking about the story that you tell when you're concealed carrying, right? I would prefer to look like a farmer than I would look like a tactical dude. And that's just kind of the thought process, because then, we always want the element of surprise on our hand. If something bad were to happen, then we can be a really good force for good inside that setting. So this is what a lot of us carry on our EDC. Some dudes carry a little bit different stuff. Some guys don't. I carry extra gloves on me. I I carry my keys and stuff like that. But I try not to overthink it. I carry my a Sharpie just because it's a great little tool to have. Let us know in the comment section what you guys are carrying, right? This is really what we want to know, what is effective, especially you ladies out there. How are you carrying it? Are you using a purse? Do you have a belly band that carries a lot of your stuff right here? What means are you using to effectively carry your tools that you're going to use and deploy maybe every day, right? Now, obviously your firearm and your first aid, hopefully you're not deploying every single day, but I use my knife every day. I use my lighter every day. I use a pen and paper every day. I use my watch all the time. Flashlight, it's super useful. Cash, right? And remember the EDC of the story you tell, right? So have good footwear, have clothes that's comfortable to move in. The world is getting weirder and weirder, and so the ability to get some distance away, don't maybe run around in flip-flops every day or something like that. Just be thinking about the story that you tell. So keep it simple, carry your gear, and let us know what you have on you. Thanks, guys, and carry your EDC.